So, it's been 10 years since I retired at 39. I'm 49 now, and this is what it feels like. And look, if you want me to sit here and tell you that it's been a decade of drinks on a beach and zero problems, I mean, I just can't say that because it's not true. I mean, some days, yeah, it does feel like I won the lottery. I really do feel that way sometimes. But other days, it's a lot harder than having a job. Stick with me and let me explain. But before I even get into it though, I want to say thank you, like genuinely, to everybody who's subscribed and everybody who's been watching these videos and those of you leaving comments, because it means more to me than you probably think it does. We're at 18,000 subscribers now, which honestly still blows my mind. And I'm hoping that we can get to 50,000 eventually. But none of that happens without you guys actually showing up and watching. So yeah, thank you. All right, so let me back up a little bit here because I think it helps to explain where I was starting from. See, 10 years ago, I was still doing this whole car dealership thing. And I mean, picture standing outside in January, my fingers basically frozen solid, and some dealer's yelling at me because there's snow in one of his car photos. Like, that's my fault somehow. And I'd be arguing about numbers all day that half the time had nothing to do with me, but somehow it was still affecting my paycheck. So yeah, I walked away from all that. And I think a lot of people, when they hear retired at 39, they just picture this permanent vacation, like this whole thing's just done, easy, like I'm sitting in a beach chair for the rest of my life, that kind of thing. And it's not really like that. I mean, life's a lot messier than that, even after you retire. So take the relief part for one. I think that's a good place for us to start. I don't stand outside at 8 o'clock in the morning anymore with my fingers and my toes going numb. I don't dread Monday mornings anymore. I no longer come home to 50 emails to reply to. And all that stuff just gone now. And trust me, it feels amazing. I mean, even now, 10 years later, I'll look out the window on a cold or rainy day. I'll get this sense of relief, like, thank God I don't have to work out in that anymore. But here's the thing, retiring early didn't just take the stress away, it took the structure away with it. Like the alarm, the schedule, the thing that was pushing me out the door every single day, whether I wanted it to or not, that was all just gone. And I didn't even realize how important that was until it wasn't there anymore. So then you have days when you're just kind of sitting there like, okay, well, now what? I mean, what am I supposed to do today? And it's weird because nobody warns you about that part. Or maybe somebody did, but I just wasn't listening. I don't know. But you don't really get it until it's an actual Tuesday, like 10 in the morning, and there's just nothing going on. Nobody needs anything from me. Nothing's telling me where to be. I mean, that can be a really strange feeling for a lot of people. Now, let me talk about money for a minute. See, I think a lot of people assume that there's some secret to it, and there really isn't. I retired because the number said enough. And thankfully, 10 years later, they still say enough, which is good. Now, if I'm being honest, I do check my investments probably more than I need to, especially during times like the pandemic when I was checking my accounts like almost every day for a few months straight. And looking back on it now, it did nothing. It didn't help anything, didn't change anything. In fact, it probably just stressed me out a lot more than the market itself was already doing. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there's been a few of those uh-oh moments along the way. I mean, COVID hit my portfolio the same way it hit everybody else's. And yeah, that was fun. And then inflation shows up a couple years after that, and suddenly every grocery trip, you're like, wait, how much? And even now, I mean, there's still moments that catch me off guard a little bit. Some bill that I didn't see coming, some expense bigger than I wanted it to be, like my property taxes going up a couple $100 every year. And for a second, I think, can I actually afford this? Like, if it keeps going up every year? But honestly, it's fine. It always ends up being fine. And I think that's the point. You don't have to feel rich to do this. You just have to actually know your numbers well enough so that one bad month doesn't take the whole thing down with it. And speaking about numbers that people worry about, healthcare is the other big one that comes up all the time in the comments down below. So let me address that here. For us, our income's low enough that I qualify for expanded Medicaid. And that's the Obamacare version, not the traditional Medicaid. And there's a real difference, so if you're not sure, look into it. See, in most states, it's based purely on your income. There's no assets involved. That's literally how the law is written. And I know some people want to debate the morality of that in the comments. And honestly, you're welcome to. I don't mind having that conversation. Just know the actual facts first before you do. See, I don't choose Medicaid, by the way. When I apply on healthcare.gov, the system itself is the one that tells me that I don't even qualify for a marketplace plan. And then it routes me to Medicaid instead. So I'm just following the rules as they're actually written. And if you don't like those rules, I mean, that's fair. There's plenty of rules that I don't love either. But I'm not going to feel bad for following the law as it exists right now. And for what it's worth, my wife is in a marketplace plan while she finishes up her citizenship stuff. Anyway, that's not really what this whole video is about, so I'll just leave it right there. But again, you're welcome to sound off in the comments if you've got thoughts on it. All right, so the freedom part, I think this is probably what you actually clicked on this video for anyway. So let's get into that. Now, my old life, I mean, that was alarms, being out in the cold or the heat all day, dealing with whatever car dealer drama was just part of the job, corporate meetings that went absolutely nowhere. And now, there's no alarms unless we have a flight the next day. Nobody's telling me where to be. In 5 months of the year, we're somewhere in Southeast Asia. And a typical week could be temples in Cambodia, a dragon dance in Thailand for the Chinese New Year, cherry blossoms in Japan in the spring, a huge bowl of pho for lunch in Vietnam that costs less than $2. And at first, honestly, it didn't feel like this was actually my life now. I can remember sitting there in Taipei or Bangkok or wherever, and my brain just kept waiting for some car dealership to call me and complain about something. But to be honest, that fades over time. See, I've noticed that the novelty of travel, it wears off eventually, and what used to feel exotic just starts to feel kind of normal. Don't get me wrong, we still love traveling, and we've got no plans to stop. But it's less about seeing all the stuff now, if that makes sense. It's more like I'll be sitting somewhere with a bubble tea, not doing anything special at all, just being present. And honestly, that alone, that's a great day now. And then the rest of the year, back here in the States, it's smaller stuff, like bike rides, hiking, going to the gym 4 times a week, seeing family out of state, concerts, basketball games, hockey games. I mean, just simple stuff that makes us happy. By the way, I know that a lot of people who retire, they end up getting bored, but I've found that your time doesn't just usually stay empty. It tends to fill up no matter what, whether it's stuff that I actually intended to do or stuff that I just fell into out of boredom. For me, my time is filled with work on this channel, house projects, and then there's days where, yeah, I'm just lazy and just watch YouTube all day, not doing much of anything really. And honestly, those days are great too. On the other hand, there's days or weeks where it seems like we're slammed with stuff to do. And here's something else that I've actually found through all this. Even a job you hate is still doing something for you, structure-wise, whether you realize it or not. I mean, if you think about it, it's deciding your whole day before you even wake up. And when you retire, that's just gone. So now it's all on you, all of it. The money, the time, whatever meaning you're supposed to find in all this, if you find any at all. And there's no boss anymore to be annoyed at, no calendar full of meetings to hide behind. So if you end up bored, that's kind of on you now. I'll be honest, it took me a while to build something that actually felt like structure again. Projects, routines, traveling, stuff I actually care about doing. See, you need to be ready for that because nobody just hands you that when you walk out the door. You'll probably need to mess around for a while before you figure out what actually works for you. So, looking back, was it worth it? 100% yes. That's not even a question. That's not to say that every day is perfect. I mean, of course, life still happens regardless, right? But I wasn't going to keep doing a job that I didn't enjoy anymore, trading my time, my health for more money that I'm never even going to use anyway. I wanted to be free, to live life on my own terms, to actually travel while I still could. And I knew my numbers, I did the math, and the math said I was good to go. So I went. And now when I look at friends of mine, people that I grew up with, and they're still grinding away, buying new cars, dealing with heart attacks, all that stuff. I don't feel any regrets about my choice. None. No doubts either. This is absolutely the right decision for me. So if you're sitting there thinking about retiring, I just ask you, have you actually run your numbers? Or did you just kind of assume that you just couldn't do it and you never actually checked? And look, this isn't for everybody. I know that. Some people, they genuinely can't retire right now. But I think a lot of people, they're staying in their job because it's familiar or because they're scared of making a mistake, even though the math says that they'll be just fine. Now, I'm not telling you to go quit your job tomorrow. That's not really the whole point of all this. But if it's something that's been in the back of your head most days, I just say, do yourself a favor and go run some real numbers. Not the version where you assume the worst case and talk yourself out of it before you even start looking. That's honestly where most people get stuck. And if you're one of those people out there thinking that you need at least $1,000,000 or more to even do this, I've actually got another video where I break down that whole assumption. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out. I think it's definitely worth your time, so go watch it next. And remember, retirement isn't just a math problem. Thanks for watching, my friends. I'll see you in the next one.